Hi there, football fans, and welcome to Transfermarkt TV International Edition. My name is Trevor Evans, and I'll be bringing you the latest news and rumours from around the world of football. So let's get started with the rumours in Spain, where Real Madrid have decided to have a complete squad clear-out. Real plan to raise 180 million euros from player sales, according to the Daily Mail. After a somewhat unusually substandard season that still saw Real Madrid claim the La Liga title, they've decided to wipe the decks clean and axe some deadwood from their ranks. Quality players in their own right, but not doing enough at the Bernabeu, will see the likes of Gareth Bale, James Rodriguez and Luka Jovic placed on the transfer list, as Real plan to raise the 180 million euros in player sales. That's not to mention the saved salaries, with just Bale due to receive 60 million euros from the remaining 2 years on his contract. This will help fund other transfer targets and cut costs in light of coronavirus. Other players deemed not up to scratch include Dani Ceballos, who shone in spells at a mid-table Arsenal at Premier League this season, along with Norwegian wunderkind Martin Ødegaard and Mariano, once upon a time Real Madrid's answer to post-Cristiano Ronaldo, number 7. Not to be outdone by La Liga rivals, Give Me Sport reports that Barcelona have also put up all of their squad players for sale this summer too. Messi appears to have had enough with carrying the team and voiced it quite clearly after their shock 2-1 loss to Osasuna. Highlights from the Misfits include world superstars Coutinho and Dembele, controversial Braithwaite, who was a last-minute signing to cover injuries under controversial circumstances, midfield duo Rakitic and Vidal, along with Nelson Semedo, who's a Portugal international right-back, and Samuel Umtiti, a long-term Premier League target. More to come over the coming weeks from both of these mass clear-outs, I am sure. Once again in the news, Lille attacker Jonathan Ikone is being earmarked as a replacement for Jadon Sancho, should he leave, reports Kicker. The 22-year-old versatile winger scored 4 goals at Lille last season. Not what you'd expect from a striker expected to cost 45 million euros, but then Dortmund have shown in recent years that they know what they are doing in the transfer market. Onana has already announced he wants a fresh challenge, with Leverkusen and Chelsea being suggested as possible destinations. A lack of Champions League football at Bayer is understood to be less appealing for the Cameroon international keeper. However, Chelsea are reluctant to pay big money on another goalkeeper until they can resolve the 80 million euro flop Kepa. It is reported that an initial offer from Leverkusen of 20 million plus add-ons was rejected, but an offer of 30 million is expected to do the job. However, Kicker recently quoted Simon Rolfes as declaring Onana is not a topic. We have a good goalkeeper, leaving Chelsea as the only real suitor. Leeds United are returning to the Premier League after a 16-year absence. Bankrolled by owners with big pockets, we're expected to see a number of summer signings into Ellen Road in preparation for this Premier League season. 20-year-old Jonathan David, a Canadian international striker, is at the head of the queue. Working his magic in the Belgian Jupiler League last season, he contributed an impressive 33 goal involvements in just 40 games. His current club, Ghent, has seen his market value triple in value to 25 million euros as a result. Alternatively, or additionally, Bielsa will favour fellow Argentine Nicolas Gonzalez of Stuttgart. The 22-year-old helped the club achieve promotion to the Bundesliga last season with 19 goal contributions in 29 games, attracting the interest of some big clubs. Inter Milan, AC Milan, Roma, Lazio, Atalanta and Napoli, just to name a few. But now Leeds are testing Stuttgart's resolve to keep hold of their one-way striker. Pipe dream targets of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Edinson Cavani are floating about, but there are already conflicting rumours that these guys have signed deals elsewhere. More concerningly to Leeds fans is the recommendation of Bielsa to be the new Barcelona manager by Messi. How much weight will that hold? Is it tempting enough to lure him away from Yorkshire? What are your thoughts on Bielsa going to Barcelona? Let us know below in the comments and any other rumours that we've covered so far in this story. But let's get back into it. And Kingsley Coman is being targeted by Manchester United as they're looking for a more cost-effective world-class attacker, with the 120 million euro price tag slapped on Jadon Sancho proven to be a stumbling block. With the arrival of Sané at Bayern, it's hoped the 24-year-old French international Coman will be surplus to requirements. With a market value of 40 million euros, it is indeed good value for money. As previously reported in the show, Liverpool have been watching Weston McKennie for a while now. However, their indecision may cost them. It's reported that fellow Premier League clubs, Southampton, Wolves, Leicester City and Newcastle, have joined the race. Sky Sports report that a fee of €25 million will be enough for Schalke to accept the loss of their US international superstar. Continuing the trend of players moving from the Bundesliga to the Premier League, Liverpool are planning to sign 20-year-old Schalke centre-back Ozan Kabak as replacement for the departing Lovren. Turkish international Kabak has a release clause for €45 million, which is activated next summer. However, Schalke, who are desperate need of cash, might settle for a lower fee in the short term. Also to note, Bild reports that Schalke are only willing to let one of their prized assets leave this summer. Seeing both McKennie and Kabak leave this summer is highly unlikely. And that takes us nicely into our completed deals, where Dejan Lovren has completed his move from Liverpool to Zenit St. Petersburg. We reported a couple of weeks ago that Lovren was destined for St. Petersburg, and it has finally been confirmed. However, Liverpool have managed to even get a transfer fee for their man. The 31-year-old Croatian international has been signed for €12 million on a 3-year deal. In a season where he made just 10 appearances for Liverpool in their title-winning campaign, it was deemed necessary for Lovren to move on in search of regular football. Also on his way out of Liverpool, after 6 years at Anfield, is Adam Lallana, who's moving on a free transfer to Brighton after seeing out his current contract. The 32-year-old joined Liverpool from Southampton in 2014 for €31 million, turning out for the Reds a total of 178 times and scoring 22. A sequence of bad injuries has limited Lallana's potential at Liverpool, and he's decided to move back to the South Coast to be closer to friends and family. Moving to the blue side of Liverpool, and Everton great and former England international Leighton Baines is retired from professional football at the age of 35. Long-term first-choice left-back and club captain Baines made his 420th and final appearance on the weekend before making the announcements after 13 years at the club. Baines was signed from Wigan in 2007 and scored 39 goals and provided 52 assists. It's being reported by The Sun that Diego Rosa is on his way to Manchester City in a deal worth £4.5 million up front, which could lead up to £21.5 million based on appearances for the 17-year-old Brazilian hot prospect. It's unlikely he will leave current club Grêmio, for whom he has never actually played a senior game until the January transfer window, but would be quite the coup for Manchester City after a highly rated prospect and such a small fee than recent deals for similar Brazilian stars who've gone on the way to La Liga's top 2. Now we move down to London, and Tomasz Soucek's loan deal from Slavia Prague has been made permanent by West Ham for a fee of €21 million. Having joined West Ham in January with a team struggling to secure top-flight survival, Soucek arrived with a reputation as a goal-scoring midfielder, and he duly delivered. He scored 3 important goals after the restart from coronavirus to help secure West Ham's Premier League status for the 2020-21 season. He will now spend the next 4 years at the London Stadium. Jumping over to West London, as Chelsea ring the changes, the Daily Mail is reporting that veteran winger Pedro is on his way to pastures new. The 32-year-old Spanish international is widely expected to sign for Roma in Italy, but no deal has been announced as yet. Pedro, who joined Chelsea for €27 million in 2015, is still available for the remainder of Chelsea's games, but has definitely played his last Premier League game for the club after reaching appearance number 137 on the weekend. 33-year-old Belgian international Jan Vertonghen is drawing an end to 8 years at White Hart Lane after over 300 appearances and building a reputation of one of the best central defenders of his era. He was not offered a long-term deal by Spurs, and now Spain or Italy remain possible destinations as he seeks a new challenge and Champions League football. Vertonghen had fallen out of favour with management and was struggling for game time in the latter years of his Tottenham career. Joining Spurs from Ajax in 2012 for €12.5 million, this is certainly seen as money well spent. That's the end of the transfer news this week, but we will be bringing you the latest on the market value update right now. So we're going to be focused on the La Liga and the top 11 performers. We're starting with Simon in goal, whose value has nearly doubled up to €30 million. Moving into defence, we have Diego Carlos and Pau Torres, whose values have also increased by double digits. into the wing-back positions, and Barcelona are looking to cash in on Semedo, whose value has increased by 8 up to 40, and Lodi, who's touted as one of the best left-backs in the world alongside Ben Chilwell, is also had a stellar season. Into central midfield, Merino and Puig. Puig is an up-and-coming midfielder who broke into the first team for Barcelona this year with 2 assists in 11 games. Into the more advanced positions, and teenage superstar Ansu Fati is going to be doing great things in the future, and he's already at a market value of 50 million euros. Joined on the right side by Lucas Ocampos, whose value has increased by 18 to 50, scored 14 goals in 33 games this season. And joining those guys in the middle, we have Marcos Llorente, who joined Atletico Madrid from Real Madrid and who's seen his value increase double in the last year. He's had quite the season. And up top, Moreno, who's had quite the stellar season with 18 goals in 35 games. And here's that 11 in full. And we can see that Marcos Llorente was the biggest winner across the team, with an increase of 24 million euros. The combined old market value of 260.5 to the new market value of 430 million euros sees a whopping difference, an increase throughout the course of the year of 169.5 million euros. Great recognition of our year's hard work. And now to take a couple of minutes to focus on some real achievements from the players in the last week. And Jamie Vardy has completed the season as the top goal scorer with 23 goals for Leicester City, being the first player to do so. Not only that, he's also the oldest player ever in England to be top goal scorer at the ripe old age of 33. Also, another monumental effort is Kevin De Bruyne, who is only the second professional after Henry to manage 20 goals and 20 assists in one season. Lionel Messi did this recently in the Liga, but De Bruyne is right up there with him in this respect. And here's one for all the Manchester United fans out there. You got the most penalties in one season of 14, which is a Premier League record. It's been a bone for contention with VAR this season, and it seems to have worked in Manchester United's favour. Now over to Italy, where Ciro Immobile is the most successful Italian player in Serie A history, who has scored 34 goals this season. According to the Golden Boot rankings, he can now pass Lewandowski in the Golden Boot statistics ranking. Here we have Lionel Messi, who has managed 25 goals in 33 matches. Followed by Chelsea-bound Timo Werner, who's currently at Leipzig, who's banged in 28 goals from 34 games. Here's the legend, Cristiano Ronaldo, at 35 is still going with 31 goals in 32 matches. Next in line, our man, Ciro Immobile, with 34 in 35, with Ronaldo hot on his heels. At the top, reigning supreme and Ballon d'Or deserved winner, Lewandowski has had quite the season with 34 goals in 31 matches. And here we have a complete overview. So Lewandowski is at the top with 34 goals in fewer matches than anybody else as well, with a grand total of 31 for Bayern Munich this season. Thank you for joining us, and if you enjoyed the show, feel free to subscribe to the channel and comment below. We'll be very happy to hear from you. So, until next week, see you then.